Hello, my name is Jimmy, and welcome to the 2021 Elantra N-line. Okay, that's not bad at all. Sure, this is just an N-line, not a full N performance vehicle, and it only has 201 horsepower, but it's still a whole lot of fun. 195 pound-feet of torque just on demand. It's available for you very, very low down, which means whenever you need power, you just gotta put that throttle down and you get power right away. Okay, this SN is the N-line, not a full N sport vehicle. So it's not like the Veloster N or the Elantra N that you can get in some other parts of the world. But this, honestly, is still a whole whack load of fun, and I think it's plenty because this is a very inexpensive vehicle. In Canada here, it's under $28,000, and that's really not a lot when you compare, well, just the type of performance that it has. It undercuts the Jetta GLI and the Civic Si, but that is discontinued for the 2021 model year. You can't get that anymore in preparation for the 2022 trim. So what is this all about? This is kind of the second generation of the sport variant. The previous generation, they did have a sport variant of the Elantra, and it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Same engine actually, and same drivetrain. In fact, I took a look at like the gear ratios, they're exactly the same. So I would just assume that they really didn't change anything in terms of the powertrain. But the chassis and the entire vehicle has been radically redesigned. So let's talk about that a little bit. Honestly, I think it's a pretty stunning car overall. There are sharp creases all over the vehicle, and it's very, very distinctive. And it's a good distinctive, unlike last year, which was quite controversial. The front end is marked by an angry set of headlights which flank this massive grille with geometric patterns inside. I would hate to be the guy that has to clean this, but it is what it is. We do have some fake vents on the bottom, but it does add to the sporty appeal. On the side, we do get this big Z or Z, depending on where you're from, stamped right into the sheet metal itself, 18-inch wheels with black inserts, and some sill extensions on the bottom to just increase that sportier appeal. On the back, we do get the Thor's Hammers taillights. It's very similar to Volvo's headlights, but, well, you can't really complain because it's in the back and on the front, I guess. As Mazda is going for that whole smooth look, and you can definitely see that within the new Mazda 3, Hyundai's like, nah, I want something sharp, creases everywhere. Personally, I don't mind it. It's very different, but let me know what your thoughts are on the looks in the comment section down below. Moving to the trunk though, there's nothing crazy here. We get 14.2 cubic feet, which is just a tad smaller than before, but you honestly wouldn't notice if you were to even compare them side by side. As for the rear seats, headroom is alright. We do have a bit more legroom here than before. Me, at 5'11", I'm decently comfortable back here. It's a bit dark as the windows don't extend as far as before, but in terms of amenities, well, we do have some cup holders in the armrests, and that's really it. There's no vents, USB ports, and there's not even a pocket behind the driver. And that's really it. But the front seats, this is really where you want to be. They definitely stepped up the bowstring in here. It really squishes you in. But it does lack lumbar support, so some drivers may not be comfortable in here. What's good though, the seats themselves are heated, and in front we do have a 3-spoke N Sport steering wheel with large thumb pads and a bunch of red stitching. The wheel itself is heated, and just behind we get two large analog dials. Unlike the upper trim of the regular Elantra, we don't get the full digital cluster, but this is fine. We get a smaller screen off to the side. The only thing that I'm complaining about is I really wish that the tach is in the center rather than off to the side. It just doesn't match the sportier nature of this vehicle. Off to the right, and we have the 8-inch infotainment system. I actually prefer this over the 10-inch version found in the top trim of the regular Elantra, simply due to the physical buttons that this has. And there's wireless CarPlay as well as Android Auto. And there's even a wireless charging pad for your phone. I mean, Hyundai has really thought about everything. It's just a very thoughtful interior. Even visibility is great. But you still gotta remember, this is not like some high-end vehicle. It is an economy car. So you got cheaper plastics like here, not great. Cheaper plastics down here, not great. And you move things and it creaks, and yeah, it's not the best. But you're not paying that much money for this. You shouldn't be complaining about interior quality and materials when you get that really good engine under the hood. So let's go back out there. Let's go for a drive. If you like how a vehicle drives, this should be on your short list, but there's one fundamental flaw, which I'll show you now. Okay, maybe it's not that evident, but it's missing a limited slip diff on the front end. So what does that mean? It simply means all of the engine's power may not be able to send to both front wheels to claw its way out of a tighter corner. During lower speed corners under full throttle, all of the engine's torque is pushed to the inside wheel where it spins and reduces forward momentum. If it had a limited slip diff, it'll move that power to the outside wheel, allowing for maximum traction as well as corner exit speed. What's nice is this powertrain, not only does it deliver 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, but it also delivers pretty good fuel economy. I mean, I'm not driving it the most sensible way, and I'm still averaging 7.1 liters for 100 kilometers. That's really, really good for a vehicle that you're still able to have fun with. I mean, not as good as the MX-5, I think that was better and I had more fun. But this can carry 4, that couldn't. Now, for those times you want to just drive this car around normally, there are a few things that you notice. The suspension is quite firm. It's not like too firm, it is definitely a sportier, firm ride than some may like. I mean, if you're a big fan of the regular Elantra, you're not gonna like how firm this rides. I personally don't mind it at all, but your mileage may vary. The steering itself is actually pretty accurate. I'm able to place the vehicle where I want it. The paddles on the back, not bad at controlling the dual clutch. Definitely not as fast as like the Volkswagen's DSG, but there is another issue with this transmission. When you're driving around more aggressively, it's fine. But when you're driving around like in city traffic or up a hill, you definitely notice it when it's on a hill. The takeoff isn't as smooth as some may like. It is not a regular torque converter. It is a dual clutch. So yeah, definitely some software tweaks can be had there to make it a little bit smoother. But overall, it's actually a pretty good package. Let's pull over here and summarize everything up. The 2021 Hyundai Elantra N-line. At under $28,000, this is a very, very, very compelling package. It's cheaper than the Jetta GLI, the only other kind of sports sedan you can get in this segment. And it actually is really good. There's a lot to love about it. The drivetrain is just amazing. It really is. It has more than enough power for you to have fun in. Sure, it's not like blazing fast, but the amount of torque that it has, it pulls you out of those corners and really pushes you back in your seat. The dual clutch, sure, I wish it was a manual. You can get that in the US. We can't get that here in Canada. It's a little bit of a shame, but a dual clutch is easier to live with day to day. It is. But there's really nothing else that I can say. Oh, maybe while driving on the highway, it has a really, really good lane centering, but it doesn't have adaptive cruise. So it can keep you in the lane, but you're gonna hit the car in front. I mean, it won't. It still has a sensor that will brake for you, but it doesn't have the radar guided cruise, which is kind of weird, but I mean, add that, give me an LSD, and it honestly is a perfect package. It truly is. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video. Like the video if you subscribe if you want to see more. We'll catch you next time. I'm gonna drive some more. I gotta have fun. Take care, everyone.